the dogs out. Ooh,
Oof.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
I need to let the dogs out, but I'm not going to because we just
It's a
started.
dancing vehicle. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 21 of Time of the Wolf. Thank you for joining us after such a long break. We greatly appreciate it. Do we want to do a quick recap, or do you want to just do opening animation and jump into session, or how do you guys want to do? And just so you guys know, for anybody who's been sitting here waiting for this to start, 110% my fault. Life happens, so we're starting significantly later than we intended. And we'll get the art up again and running by next session. For 84 years.
The squirrels in.
The important thing, Octavius, is that Penny knew that, and she actually said half an hour ago, "Let's just wait a bit longer because I hate Octavius and want to make him suffer."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suffering.
We're at 81 years. We felt like we were nothing out, and 82 just didn't have the right ring to it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. 84 years.
Right, I don't mind. Penny, do you want me to,
Elgar
do, you want
passed
to do a
away,
recap briefly, or do you want to just jump straight?
I might need a recap.
I had one earlier.
What, you mean you're not watching all the sessions on YouTube, Aqua? My God.
Or do you want to do
Honestly.
the animations and then I'll do a recap and then we can just go straight in?
Okay, sure. And we'll go ahead and skip the part where we do our introductions, and I'm gonna just do everybody's right now in chat. Please, if you haven't checked out these awesome people, everybody but Aldous here is, I'm gonna just do a shout out for you, Nine Sons. I don't have a thing set up for you yet. Another thing I need to do.
Don't have a thing set up for.
Shut up! Oh my God! I don't need your garbage. I'm skipping Evolved.
Thank you, Penny.
If you haven't checked them out,
skipping.
nope. I unmodded everybody when you gave me grief over Nine's art.
How do you have any mods left if you unmod people when they give you grief?
Seriously.
I know.
That's all we do.
Wait, Lucky's not working. There we are.
Oh,
Okay.
it's slow. Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah, they've always been slowing down, man.
Did you allow Mucky to write his own shout out one? Because it looks like he made it deliberately longer than everybody else's.
I had to match the peen.
Honestly, she could have just listened to the part where he did his first intro and then turned that into his shout out.
Yeah, true. So true. If you haven't checked them out, please do. Hi, everyone. We're going to go ahead and go to opening animation. Blah, blah, blah. And we're back. Greetings. We're gonna we'll do a brief recap. What I remember is we found this mushroom farmer old man that was flirty at first until he gave truly diarrhea with his yellow mushrooms and terrible gas. Then they made their way up towards the mines, correct? And they overcomplicated a situation yet again, somehow. But it was excellent teamwork and strategy, just unnecessary at that point.
I mean, it was about as stealthy as a bonfire could be.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we had fireworks or anything going off as well.
No.
But maybe next
No.
time.
I like your style.
I'm pretty sure that the ability to make a 3-course meal under fire is part of SEAL training.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Or
That sounds right.
And by seal, you mean the actual animal?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because nobody is at all imagining us all balancing balls on our nose and clapping for fame.
Thank you,
Exactly
Just
like
Penny's
that.
face.
Penny looks like she's sort of
Transparent?
Too pale for you?
She's not wearing that see-through top again, is she?
No, it was more that you just sort of frozen in place for a while.
Ah.
I noticed something that I've never noticed before, and I'm just like, I wonder if anybody else has
Oh,
noticed
okay.
that. And I'm like, okay, well, don't draw attention to it. But then I couldn't stop staring at it. Anyways.
What did you notice? I'm curious now.
I can't say, because then everybody will notice it too.
But I
Okay.
want to notice it.
What? What is it?
Nothing! Nothing! It's fine! Everything's
Is it on my
fine.
camera?
No. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing.
Is it what's sticking out from under Nine's bed?
We don't talk about the dildos.
Did you smell a bad fart?
Yes.
Did
Yes.
the garbage show up on screen and it wasn't emptied again?
You're here, so you dropped the hand, by the way. So what I just what was I supposed to do? Bring him back up. Bring him. Yeah, there we go. All stream long. All stream long.
I might have to go in solidarity.
Do it. Yes. Oh, stream long. There we go.
Stream
Yeah.
long.
Mhm.
I'm really
Gonna be
itchy
hard-hitting.
all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden. Like, oh,
Can we get rated? That's
Could-
what I'm gonna do. and then
Yeah.
just-
Yeah. Yeah. Love you too, bitches.
Got some skills there, dude.
Did I show you this?
She's giving me quite a bit to practice with.
So anyway, what we're noticing?
Nothing. We're gonna jump right into session unless there's any other details that I left out. Did we? Oh, Aldous, did we fight somebody last time? Because I have spell
Yes.
slots that were taken up.
Well,
started.
yes,
With
because
big battle.
you were sneaking up on the mine and attempting to see, what was going on outside, and potentially the fact that there might have been sentries posted. But rather than go and actually see if there were any sentries posted, you just sat down in the middle of the road and lit a cooking fire, which did rather alert the sentries, who then ran back into the mine and sounded the alarm. At which point you decided to chase them into the mine when you ran into the sentries and another big group of guards, which you then fought. I'm pretty sure Adrian got knocked unconscious again.
Yes, but I'm back.
right,
For
yes.
First
and
time. For the first
and
time.
then you set Grumbly on fire again.
Yeah. That
yeah.
sounds right. Yeah.
So what had happened is basically you'd finished that fight, and Demea had held like a small prayer circle of healing right at the end of that
I
combat,
remember
which-
it being a ragey circle of healing.
Well, yeah, I imagine that this is the thing. It's a bit like, it's a bit like in VLDL where Bodger's inspirational speech is just always about his hammer. I imagine that like Demea's like prayers of healing are just her, because it lasts for 10 minutes. So I imagine it's just 10 minutes of Demea like complaining
Yeah.
and raging.
Why
about
is
the-
everybody weird and
The more I have to stop and
stupid?
heal you people, the less time I have to kill people.
I know.
Why are we like this?
I was all ready to be a badass, and I had to keep you people alive. God
Yeah.
damn it! Hurry up and heal.
You ruined my murder spree, guys.
Why does everybody keep getting hurt?
Why can't you all just be like me?
Thunderclap.
Yeah. Like just a series of healing lightning strikes being
Yeah.
projected from Demea.
Yeah, it's
but
like
anyway.
Palpatine, but healing.
She really
Yeah.
needs to work on her bedside manners.
Yeah. So having been lightly massaged by lightning from Demea, some of you'd all got some health back, but yes, you are down some spell slots and stuff.
Oh. I blame the mushrooms.
Yeah, honestly, it all started with them.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you have to say for yourself there, Mushroom Man?
His name is Elgar.
No. No, I had diarrhea to save you guys from Grumbly having diarrhea. Can you imagine what that would have been like with his diet? Okay.
You know, I make the best mushroom stew. It's not my fault that your body can't handle it.
Bacon and mushroom goes really well together, though.
Oh yeah, the one that gives you diarrhea. Sure. Yeah. Yellow mushrooms are the best. Totally. Yep.
They really are, though.
Wow.
Do you want to find out?
I don't.
You're defending the thing that you haven't yet tried yourself. The horror that I experienced and unloaded into that hole that I dug.
We heard it all night, dear.
Mm-hmm.
I could never stop hearing it.
And we also smelled it all night.
You know
That's
what?
probably what really alerted the guards.
You're from miles away. That's probably fair. But just know that I really did save the day. That was me taking a hit for the team because we all know Grumblies would have been worse. Okay?
Although we do need to give you some lessons on burying it afterwards.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you pass out after something that immense.
It's a lot of hard work.
Sometimes you just like face plant. You stand up and you face plant.
It's a shame I didn't have a mushroom that
friends.
would cure that. Yeah. The entire time. No, I definitely don't have that.
Yeah, that sounds legit. Sure, that doesn't sound like sarcasm at all. I feel resentful. I took one for the team.
As Grumbly sat there nursing his wounds. Massive argument about diarrhea.
I mean, that's a condition that you should probably see primary care about.
It's not like it happens every day.
Well, you know. I mean,
I was trying to be polite to the old fart, and then he.
maybe that's a high compliment, really. You know? Hell, in some cultures they eat vomit.
Oh, like an old fart.
Well, yeah, you're
I'm quite young. Don't let the appearance deceive you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, the way the speed at which you walk and eat and everything definitely supports that. Anyways.
And the looseness of his
Did
bowels.
you not see me in my water whip?
Oh, what?
Where did that come from, by the way, that water whip? Just out of curiosity. Like, it seemed like it was like you pulled it out of... you know what? I'm just not gonna...
Careful with words.
Yep. So, it was, you were very impressive in battle.
Ah, thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
You have yet to see it all.
Ah. Well,
You got a bigger weapon then?
under hiding somewhere.
Looks like you've got a big weapon, sir.
This little thing, you know.
It's for the ladies to see.
Crazy.
Truly just starts leaning towards Demaya. Just awkward smile.
Demaya's like,
And
"Why
then
you leaving?"
Grumbly and Elgar are just in the corner going like...
I think the backdoor crew just got another member.
Of course they did. Of course they did. Should we continue exploring these mines instead of hanging out with the backdoor crew?
You know, we could check. We should check these guys' pockets, see if we can find anything. Yeah.
I'm
Everybody?
surprised Adrian wasn't straight on it as soon as he was
I know
revived.
he has. I mean, it had there been like villagers that had just perished in front of their loved ones, he probably would have jumped at it.
Or children,
I
or
would
children's
say
corpses.
distributing
Yes,
funds
definitely children
so
for
that
sure.
they weren't stolen. That's what I was doing.
Oh, or our ancestors, you know.
Yeah.
You robbed one 100-year-old corpse. Technically didn't rob, you know.
No, you very much did.
Everyone took something.
You very much did. Anyways, Truly's gonna go and search the pockets of one of the deadies.
Okay. Make an investigation check, maybe.
Investigation is that. Oh, that's no good for me. Oh, that's a 5. Woohoo! Yeah.
Okay. Truly goes over to the nearest couple of bodies, which are the goblins. They are pretty small, scraggly-looking creatures. They're quite badly equipped. They're, clothed mostly in kind of rags and pieces of leather armor and that kind of thing. Fairly basic, crude sort of spears and short bows, that sort of thing. Nothing much to report on them other than that.
All right, and then she's gonna just stand and watch the others. And
What are the rest of you up to?
Grumbly's just going to go and have a look around the perimeter to make sure there's no other baddies.
Dusting himself off.
Making sure his hair is pretty.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, we know that there was some goo that got there from the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Will
gonna
he?
say why or who did it, but
And Demea? What's Demea doing?
Demea's. Would you want to get knocked out against her? I'll happily provide.
you're gonna see
Demea
Truly kind of go like this, and just clapping a little bit and smiling.
Demea's gonna take a bit of a breather away from Adrian and under the guise of looking for traps or something.
Okay. So Demea and Grumbly. Oh, and then what's Elgar doing? Sorry.
Olgar probably would have searched the bodies as well.
Okay, that's fine. Make an investigation check for me, please.
$11.
Okay. You go through the pockets of a couple of the bodies. You kind of stay away from some of the slightly more crispier ones. You find about 5 gold, about 10 silver, just a few kind of coins in little purses and stuff on a couple of the bodies. You notice that the hobgoblins are considerably better equipped than the goblin corpses. They are quite well equipped. Their armor is quite decent. They're all kind of wearing chainmail. Their swords are of a noticeably better quality than the goblins' ones are. And the captain of the hobgoblins was wielding quite a big 2-handed sword, and had sort of like not just chainmail, but sort of like half coverage plate armor, so kind of like steel plates on the shoulders and like a bit more coverage over the sort of the breastplate area, that sort of thing. So he's not a full plate armor, but sort of a bit sort of half plate, half chain kind of thing. So yeah, that is what you find. Make of that what you will. I'll leave that up to you to think what you're going to do. The rest of you, as you're kind of looking around while Elgar is doing this, you find you're in a roughly rectangular chamber. There are a sort of couple of passageways out of it, and so off to the west of you is the sort of the entrance way to the mines. There's a little bit of dim sunlight coming through from there. If you go any further into the mines, though, you will be in complete darkness. That's not a problem for most of you because you have dark vision. But just a reminder that dark vision only allows you to see in like kind of grayscale sort of shade, and Elgar doesn't have that. To the east, the sort of rail track of the mine carts kind of continues deeper into the mine. And Grumbly, as you're kind of making your way around the kind of these rough-hewn kind of stone walls, the ceiling's probably sort of about 8 foot high, so it's a few feet above your head. You notice that the ground is kind of compacted and worn down. Passage of many feet. And this railway kind of thing. So it's a little bit different to just being in a normal cave. And you're probably sort of casting a kind of critical eye at the workmanship of the walls, which is, should we say, rustic at best. You notice that there is a passageway out of the chamber that leads to the north, and you can see with your dark vision about 50 feet down that passageway there is a door just up there, which is closed.
I'm going to start just sort of curiously walking towards this door, sort of very singularly focused on it.
Grumbly, what do you see?
A door.
Our greatest weakness.
The natural enemy of the adventurer.
No, that's definitely
You
Swan.
guys, I have a feeling this door is booby-trapped. We should really take our time on this door.
And check it for traps.
Everywhere. Every single inch of this door needs to be examined before opening it.
And quietly.
Grumbly's just walking straight to the door. So someone
Grumbly.
needs to stop him.
Grumbly.
Hey, Grumbly, there might be a back door we could go through instead.
You're gonna go through the whole
Can I
place
join
just
in
looking
this
for the
back
to
door
this
entrance?
I mean, yes, of course. Any fan of the back door is a friend of ours.
Oh, really?
And then you're gonna see her kind of like have
You
that moment of
should-
hesitation in her head, like, what did I just do?
Do you want to try this pink mushroom?
Ooh, wow.
Help.
Wow.
You're gonna
Pulling
she's-
out punches
she, like,
there.
she's gonna
Wow.
like side eye to
Wow.
Maya and just be like, help. Do something. Do something.
Elgar's gonna notice this, and he's gonna be like, perhaps another time. Puts it back in his pocket.
Maybe we should save the crazy mushrooms for the people who might be trying to kill us.
Oh, I wouldn't want to use a pink mushroom on them. Definitely not.
Did I miss something?
I don't know, but I'm scared. I'm never gonna eat a mushroom again.
Adrian's gonna follow behind Grumbly to the door.
Julie's just gonna like, she's gonna have like her arm just attached, like just like glued to the side of Demea, just like just gonna stay close to Demea. Demea can fry anybody.
And Demand's just be like, there, I'll protect you, it's okay.
I don't see what the hesitation is. So.
Grumbly's just wondering if
Is
either
there
of
something
them
bad's
got a-
gonna happen to you?
No, not involving pink mushrooms. Grumbly's just going to walk up to the door and sort of slowly push it open. Just peer around the door.
Yeah, so you push the door. It maybe just like moves just a tiny fraction of an inch before it thuds up against something. And you hear a voice from inside call back to them, call back to you, sort of roughly saying, "I told you, filthy lot, after the last time. You try and stick anything through this door, I'll hack it off."
I think he's talking to you, Elgar.
Try to entice him with your pink mushroom.
Mm-hmm. Stick your pink mushroom in there.
Why me?
Because, yeah, as you just said, people can't resist the pink mushroom. What's something wrong? I mean, It's enticing.
I
isn't that
didn't.
what you said?
I said nothing about the pink mushroom. I just asked her if she wanted to try the pink mushroom.
Maybe the person behind the door wants to try the pink mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to see them to slip your pink mushroom through the entryway, and then he can get the pink mushroom.
Mhm.
You know.
Elgar seems markedly less keen on a frontal approach.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is
I'm
there any
assuming
other?
there's no-
There's only one door, right, in this chamber, and it's that way. Yeah.
yes,
Grumbly's just going to go, who are you calling filthy? And just sort of slam on the door with all his might.
Okay. So strategy not gonna happen here. So
make
Right.
make a strength check for me.
oh no. She's as he does this, Julie leans over and she goes, I was gonna suggest we just like do a fireball in the room, just preemptively.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I could have shattered.
Yeah, we like just surprise attack.
23 with my strength bonus on it.
Yeah, you hit the door. It gives maybe another couple of inches, and at that point, the edge of a pickaxe comes slamming through the gap between the door and the door jamb, and you hear the same kind of gruff voice shout out, "Fucking hobgoblins! I told you to clear off!"
Grumbly's just going to do the same again. Who are you calling a hobgoblin? And slam again on the door.
No, let's
Whoa.
Another strength check for me, please, Grumbly.
We're not hobgoblins.
No, but we don't need them to know that. We don't need them to know that we are here.
Did you eat another yellow mushroom?
That's a 25.
Making some weird noises.
You
Wait till
hit
I get in
into the door
combat,
again.
this will fail me.
You hit into the door again. The door gives a little bit, and you kind of, as you're kind of rearing back and hearing another go, you kind of hear from behind the door. There's like a little bit of kind of very loud whispering, if you like. Whereas sort of, he says he's not a hobgoblin. But that sounds like what a hobgoblin would say. And like as the
Oh, good, they're stupid.
as the door kind of hits in and it gives and it slides back about another, or not quite a foot, but you get like a really good hit on it, and it slides back an arm, kind of pretty substantial arm, sort of light grey skin tone, reaches around the door and tries to grab the sort of the front of your tunic as your and your
Whoops.
mithril chainmail as you're kind of off balance.
Oh no.
Everyone is evolved now.
It was like a close up of his mouth too. His neck.
Grumbly, I'm going to need you to make a contested athletics check for me, please.
What's a contested athletics?
Nothing. Make an athletics check,
Disadvantage?
and I'm going to make one, and we're going to see who scores higher.
Test your might.
This is going
Oh,
so
I've
good.
got quite good athletics, so this should be all right. Mwah.
Should be.
18.
Okay, so you kind of manage to stop yourself being pulled through the door. But basically what happens is this arm kind of latches onto you, kind of gets a handful of your chainmail and lifts you off your feet. And at that point, the head of a Goliath with like a basically really tightly pulled braid of hair all the way down the center of it, going down into a ponytail behind, kind of looks through the door, and sort of has you by the front of the chainmail and looks at you and looks over its shoulder. Pretty sure it's not a hobgoblin.
This is going great. This is fine.
I did say
Oh,
that.
oh,
Says
You can't tell the difference
Look-
between a dwarf and a hobgoblin.
looks at Grumbly and says, "You with those wolf lot?"
no.
No.
By the way, do you have a brother in town?
Looks up. Looks at Grumbly. Drops you to the floor. 1 minute. And you hear an enormous scraping sound as something very, very big is moved out of the way of the door. And the door swings open. And you see behind the door a sort of storeroom. Lots of kind of crates and barrels stacked up all around the walls. And two people stood there. One is the Goliath. There's a sort of pickaxe that's been dropped by her feet. And she sort of stood there in pretty sturdy looking mining clothes. The other one is a human male, big sort of scraggly beard on his face, coated in kind of rock dust, which is more noticeable on him than it is on her because her skin is kind of more naturally grey. And he, unlike her, looks kind of a lot more timid and a lot more cautious, as it were. And the door swings open, and she sort of looks towards Demea and says, "You know my brother."
We met after there was a battle in town. He's okay. He's alive, but he was hurt. But he wanted me to let you know that he's okay.
She says, "I'm grateful. No one. We did wonder when nobody came to rescue us or investigate.
We definitely
We,
weren't sidetracked by a marsh mission or anything.
There was a marsh creature that attacked, actually.
March?
With a
I
bunch of
see.
others, and we fought them off.
She says, right, well, regardless of whether you could have got here sooner or not, we're glad to see you. We managed to hold the door against this lot for a while now. They tried to get in a couple of times, but well, after I sank Pointy here into, and she points to the pickaxe, into a couple of their arms when they reached through the door, they sort of gave up after that.
I bet they did.
Yeah, hobgoblins scare easy, don't they?
She says,
Yeah.
well, she says the goblins do. The hobgoblins are the ones you got to watch out for. Twice as big and twice as smart.
Well, it's still not that smart, but I mean, I was gonna try and fireball you guys, assuming you're bad guys. So I guess that doesn't make me much better. I'm probably not supposed to say that out loud.
Well, if it makes them feel any better, they probably wouldn't have got hit anyway. 'Cause you shoot like a stormtrooper.
I don't know what a stormtrooper is,
It's
but
a thing, like I had this whole dream.
is it like
I'm
a
not really good
thing?
at
Is it like a thing like how you think you're a spider person?
It's a thing.
Is
It's
it,
not
is
a
that a thing
thing.
like that's the
Have
thing?
spider powers?
No,
He
he
does
was-
not.
That's just
Yes.
the coolest thing I've
Yes.
ever heard of.
I know. I know.
Really cool.
Oh.
You should see him.
I'll show you. I'll show him off later, Olga.
Don't ask him
Oh.
where his web comes from, though.
Yeah,
Show
don't
me.
don't
Just
let him.
saying.
Yeah,
Naturally
you're
made.
gonna feel really uncomfortable if he starts shooting
Do,
his web.
do your spider powers help with the ladies?
Yeah.
No!
I
I
I
saw
mean, there
it-
was
I
a
saw-
point where I almost shot my about a female face, but that's because she annoyed me.
Mhm.
Um,
Underwater as well.
At this point, the Goliath looks at Demea and says, "Do you lot? Are you lot like this all the time?"
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
include me in
But
this. We just
by the-
met.
By the way, my
you're
name's
talking about
Demea.
ladies and shooting webs.
She says,
And what's wrong with that?
"Pleased to meet you, Demea." She says, "Doris is my name, Doris Swordbreaker. You've already met my brother, Morris, down in the town." She slaps the miner on on the sort of chest with the back of her hand, and he nearly falls over. And she says, she says, "This is Alton." She says, "Don't mind him. He probably won't say very much. Well, we both saw some things when the goblins came."
So have you seen any of those wolf people around?
She says, "Well, some of the hobgoblins and so on all had, badges and medallions and what have you, with wolf heads on."
You mean like this, and then Adrian finds one that he has and shows it. Look, everyone, show these.
Says, "Aye, yeah, like those.
Yeah, we've been
Maybe not as
collecting
fancy
these.
as some of them ones you got there, but they had them." She said, "We only saw them briefly, mind. They came through the entranceway to the mine, a few weeks back now, and swept through, killed a bunch of us, took a few more prisoner, and dragged them off. Don't know where they've ended up, but we were in the northern tunnels when it happened, and that's a little bit further off the
Do you
beaten
happen to
track, if you see
know-
what I mean. And we were able to sneak down here and get into the storeroom and bar the door."
Do you happen to know how many there were? Did you see? Maybe get an idea?
She says, "No, the tunnels are all twisty and it's dark down here. We saw them running through. We saw the fighting.
It
She
sounds
says,
scary, so it probably amplifies the amount. But,
Yeah, she says this. She said, "I can tell you there were more than a few, but whether they're all here now is anyone's guess. What I can tell you is that, a week or so ago, they seemed to stop coming and going as often as they had. We used to hear sound, of them moving in and out through the entranceway. It's, not that far beyond the door after all. But it seemed to slow down a little while back. I don't know why. It used to be that you'd get some coming through, I guess, going down to the second level of the mines, coming back up. But not quite so many coming and going."
How long have you been working at the mine?
Oh, nigh on 3-4 years, I suppose. We do a couple months on, couple months off, rotate down to the mining barracks in town, get paid, come back up, do another season, that sort of thing.
So you're pretty familiar with the layout of the mine, the levels and.
Oh,
passages?
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you what's what and where's where.
You haven't
Do you
checked out much
know?
of the mine, actually. Would you mind guiding us?
And she says, "Well, it depends on where you want to go. There's bits I can tell you roughly the layout." She says, "You're on the upper level, or what we usually call the first level of the mines, and you've got the main rail line that runs through, heads into the mountain, and that eventually goes down to a deeper level." She says, "You'll also find spur lines that run off through the northern tunnels, which is where we do most of the mining on this level. There are some southern tunnels, which you'll also see lead off the rail line. There's not as much in there. The mining wasn't so good. We tapped veins out quite quickly and moved on. When you get down to the second level, well," she says, "there's not as much to tell down there. The tunnels aren't anywhere near as extensive. It was a newer level, you see, but
What about
couple
exits?
months.
Are there any other exits or entrances?
not from this level of the mine. Obviously, you've got the access to the lower level. The lower level didn't have any exits at all, but a couple months ago, just after our season in the mine had started, there was a breakthrough down on the second level from one of the dig teams. They cut through into a cavern and they said they found something. They're all very excited about it, and I know that a dispatch went off to the headquarters of the mining guild, but we didn't really hear very much of it. And then a few weeks later, well, in come the monsters.
Can you tell us exactly how to get to that location?
Yeah, absolutely. So what you need to do, she says, go back down to the entranceway where you came in, pick up the rail line, for the mining carts, and if you just follow that, you'll find a couple of spur lines that curve off it and head north. Ignore those. Just keep on the main rail line. It'll twist and turn a little bit through some of the narrower tunnels to the east and through a couple of the mining galleries, but you'll eventually get to a point where it takes a curve down a tunnel to the second level. Like I say, they stopped coming and going as much, so I don't know what you'll find, whether they've barricaded the place, whether they're guarding the way down, whether something else is going on.
That they've found.
What I will say, she says, is you need to be careful in the mines now. She says, not just of the hobgoblins' mine, but of other things too. Time was when this place was, well, before they attacked. She said we had a priest here. He got sent by the mining guild, and he set up a little shrine in one of the northern tunnels. It had various carvings in it, that sort of stuff. And what he said was that there was a special ward on it, keep monsters out of the tunnels. But
It seemed to have worked great.
No. Monsters like hobgoblins and goblins, right? They can think and they can have armor and use weapons and stuff, but there's more than, underground. There's beasts and horrible things, right? And some of them like to make tunnels their home, and what this priest said is it would kind of put them off, so you don't get eaten by a horrible great underground spider on your lunch break, that sort of thing. But I saw one of the hobgoblins smashing it all up, so...
what a dick.
Yeah, you might find some things that are worse than the hobgoblins down here, is all I'm saying.
Well, I don't think it's all that necessary for us to go through these tunnels, is it, guys? Seems
perhaps
like
we could just follow the rail line to this one area to see possibly if there is something down there, or they blocked it off, or if they've removed it. Maybe we could get an idea on possibly what it is.
Maybe you can communicate with the spiders as well. The spider powers.
The spider powers.
Listen, if you can communicate with spiders, I will finally believe you about your stupid powers. How about that?
I mean, did you not see me climbing walls and on top of doors?
But if you can't communicate with the
effortlessly?
spiders, then she's not going to pick you up if you die again.
I mean, there's many dialects of spider language. Maybe I don't speak. Well, we could try.
We should definitely try this for science. You're gonna see her kind of get an evil grin on her face.
So now you want to go down into the tunnels? Eventually?
her
Well, I
face just
definitely
drops.
want to go because I got a vision. This mountain was glowing. We need to find out why.
Grumbly's thoughts are just turning over on her. See if we can find a minecart to ride the track down. That's all I'm thinking about.
So, my initial thought is to go down the rail track. But if you've got these spider powers, as you say, the spider should be no problem. Tunnels.
We've handled spiders in the past.
Do we want to maybe... What time of day is it, by the way, at this point?
Morning.
No, because we walked and did that whole... Like, we went from the camp where I had the diarrhea and then over to here, and we...
You journeyed for a couple of days. You're about halfway through a day at this point.
Okay. Do we want to hit this up in the morning, or do we really want to leave now and then be there,
You want to hang out with these guys overnight?
Well, better these guys than the spiders that are probably going to bite off Adrian's head when he tries to communicate with them.
Well, hold on. Let me ask.
Gr-
Doris,
Grumbly's
are
gonna
you
s-
are you
Grumbly's
okay
gonna
with us
square up.
staying here, barricading the door for the night, and then we attack it in the morning, check it in the morning? We could look after you.
She says, well, and glances around at somebody and says, well, I mean, I'm not being funny, but she says, first of all, if you lot are all kind of, brave adventurers and stuff, then, well, I think you probably find your own way from here after all, she says. Plus, as well, if it's safe, I'd rather be trying to get down the mountain than, if you've cleared out the guards and the sentries from up here, then me and Alton, we could try and get back to Rustwater on our own. We've done the journey many times. She said, and also, I'm not entirely convinced you're not all going to set each other on fire.
Dude, you're gonna seriously, Truly's just like scratching her neck, like.
Because
I mean,
you have
she's the one
talked
you have to
about
worry
it several times, and it's a little bit worrying. I'm not going to lie.
Accidents happen.
Yeah, you should be safe to go.
Just
it's
don't
safer.
climb on a bad guy's back and hold on for dear life. And
Also,
no
don't eat the
fires.
stew that you see out there either.
Oh.
It was the erosion. Don't eat that.
Speaking of stew,
or do.
would you guys like some stew?
Looks at the stew. No, we're all right, mate. Thank you.
I'm gonna take no offense, but maybe another time.
Yeah. Maybe next time me and Alton are locked in a room.
Maybe in the morning
Maybe.
for breakfast.
I don't think they're gonna be here in the morning.
We haven't left.
Timaeus just like mouthing like, just go, save yourself from them.
Yeah.
Truly's like just
Most
absent-mindedly rubbing
the
her
other thing is
stomach.
Yeah.
Breakfast will be at 6 a.m.
That's in 18 hours.
Mushroom stuffed pancakes.
So if you're going to be cooking mushrooms for the next 18 hours, not moving, I think we'll probably leave. Looks at Grumbly and says, well, we were putting the crates in front of the door. You seemed strong enough to move them, so maybe you do the same thing. But looks at the mayor and says, don't know if you want to seal yourself in a room with this lot, just saying, love.
Yeah, I'd rather take my chances out in the tunnels.
Yeah, might be sensible. Right, anyway, thank you very much for the rescue, brave and noble adventurers. And me and Alton will go and carry news of your fair deeds and noble spirit to the people of Rustwater. And in no way will we get drunk in the bar and call you all fools. Well,
And don't eat all the bacon.
oh, yeah,
Say hi.
I'll try and save you some. I make no promises, though.
Say hi to your brother for
You
me.
spend 18 hours cooking mushrooms in here, then I'm afraid you take your chances with the bacon in the bar. And at that point, she claps Grumbly on the shoulder and looks vaguely impressed that he managed to move her barricade, and casts a slightly sympathetic look the mayor's way. And as she's walking past, Adrian kind of looks you up and down. Spider powers?
I know.
Carries on.
It's a long story. Don't worry.
Carries on walking. Her and Alton are heading
Epic.
towards the exit
Long
of the mines. So,
So,
for you guys to decide what you want to do from here.
downward?
Downward.
Downwards.
I could use a
Grumbly's gonna
nap.
walk back out. Grumbly's going to walk outside and see if there are any usable mine carts for reasons.
Demea's gonna offer Truly that magic orb thingy that gives back spell slots.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Pearl of Power.
do you have the pearl power? Is what it's called?
Yeah.
Pearl of Power. You'll find it in the magic items bit.
Pearl of Power. Add.
Elgar is slightly wounded, I see.
Yeah, that's
That sounded like a complaint about Demir's prayer of healing.
Anyone think that Truly was trying to set us up for a nice rest to get all of our hit points back?
So, truly, the Pearl of Power requires attunement for you to use, but you can do so via a short rest.
By a what?
Short rest.
Short rest. I heard racial
Yeah.
rest, and I was like,
I
what's
thought you was-
that?
No, you see, a short rest is a little shorter than like a long rest, which is quite long.
I thought you said racial rest.
Of course you did, because
Yeah.
you would have
Racial
listened to me
rest.
very
I don't know
carefully.
what a racial rest was, so that's why I was just like, come
That's
again.
probably quite good because it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you had known what it was, I'd have worried.
Yeah. It's a rest that is only for tieflings.
I suggest we stop now.
Well, can we have? Truly's like, you guys want to go down and do this now and not maybe like rest and like tend to our wounds and all that first? As I do remember, one of us looks directly at Adrian, was knocked down pretty hard earlier.
That's just what I wanted them to think before I got
She's
to
a-
surprise them.
Spiders
plan.
have notorious.
Tis but a scratch.
You've never heard of a
Spider
possum
Spider
spider?
powers.
Mm-hmm.
His spider powers will save us all.
It's lulling them into my web of death, you know? Even that false sense of security. And
Oh, web of delusion.
So Grumbly's going to look for somewhere comfortable to rest his head for a short rest in the room. He's going to shift the box, block the door.
It seems as though
and have a lap.
Grumbly is down to chill out for a little while.
As long as there's no mushrooms involved.
I'm in no
Oh,
hurry to
God.
go get attacked by spider monsters. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. It seems like if we're gonna go
Very
do
true.
that, maybe we want to be, at tip-top shape.
How do you want to think we've got a reputation?
Or we just don't want to die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for like solving this mystery and clearing out the bad guys but I don't want to die. I'm gonna just say it. I know it's wacky. I know I'm being a wackadoodle. I just don't want to die.
All Grumbly can hear is wop, 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 wop. As he's going like that. No.
This is normal. This is fine.
This is fine.
I feel like we just rested recently, though. I'm ready to go.
Elgar is, like wiping
mean-
off some blood on his arms a little.
I mean, you can't do a long rest now. You can do a short rest if you want, but you can't do a long one.
Grumbly's already asleep. He's done Ollie.
Tie a rope to his ankles and drag him along.
Yeah.
He's just drooling a little bit. Like that. Mushrooms. Mm.
Alright, short rest, and then we can go kill spiders. How about that?
very well.
Short rest.
So Truly's going to like kind of sit cross-legged on the ground with her back like to the wall, and just kind of like meditate a little bit, try and clear her mind.
Grumbly's dreaming about Russ Waters' bacon breakfast platter.
So, you all take a short rest. Obviously, at this point, you have a number of hit dice. You have 5 of them, which you can obviously choose whether or not you want to roll those. then when you do your next long rest, you you can regain up to like half your hit dice on finishing a long rest. So it's kind of up to you. So like if you use them all up now, next time you long rest, you'll only get half of them back. But if you use up a couple of them now, then you would get all of those back next time you do a long rest.
So I can roll a couple of what hit dice.
Yes.
Not gonna do that.
No, I'm just going to take the short rest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a short rest.
I have a feeling I'm gonna go need to wipe a bottom here real quick. So
Yeah,
if you
sorry.
guys are having any dreams,
We're not eating any of the stew.
I assure you, Elgar is dreaming, and he has a creepy smile on his face, and he's kind of pushing out some toots on, in his sleep that you audibly can hear because of all the his purely mushroom diet. So.
Grumbly's just occasionally just blowing out the gas out of his nose with a. Ugh.
May is trying to remind herself that using shatter because someone is farting is not smart.
Yeah.
Rude awakening.
Stop farting!
Will definitely be ignored, but appreciate the thought.
Okay, so yeah, you guys sit around. You have your short rest. And yeah, obviously, those of you who you feel a bit rested, some of you who have abilities that recharge on short rests will obviously feel a little bit more energized, that sort of thing. But otherwise, you just sort of sit down and kind of gather your thoughts a little bit. Truly, we will say, has attuned to the Pearl of Power, so I don't know if Penny can hear me, but if and when she gets back, she's able to use that.
I'm gonna go get you your poo pop.
And at that point, we are all set for you to head into the mines.
Grumbly's going to wake up, wondering why the air in this room has gone all very stale, and sort of glance sideways, look at Elgar.
So, by the way, Demea, I noticed an error in your inventory, which is over the past few sessions, you've recovered a few spell scrolls.
Did I?
Yeah, you've had some of them since like the first couple of sessions.
Oh, scrolls!
You found them
Yeah.
under
Thinking
the
spell
waterfall.
slots.
One of them is with me. I think
Yeah,
it's
but she
the
still had-
thunder or something.
But she still had 3 of them left.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have written in your inventory what they are.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, so after you've sat around a little bit. Humphrey has explored 1 or 2 of the crates, but is apparently more or less uninterested in what's in them. You
Good
have
old Humphrey.
finished up your short rest. You find yourself in a storeroom that up until recently was the refuge of a Goliath and a human. What are you guys up to?
Grumbly's going to move the crates at the door and sort of walk back out in search of a mine cart.
Okay. You do find a mine cart. It is full of rocks. Unfortunately, its way further into the mine is blocked by an overturned minecart, which was also full of rocks. This is kind of in the room where you were fighting the hobgoblins. There were a couple of them kind of taking cover behind it at one point.
Hey, Adrian, do you think you can help me put this back on the tracks?
Yeah, I could definitely do that for you. Adrian gets up, walks over, and just starts doing some calisthenic stretches.
Truly is
Never
like
be too limber.
watching this, and for whatever reason, she's like, I feel like there's a part of me that's feeling really like I want to cheer on Adrian for exercising, and I don't understand why.
Adrian,
I
this
can
was
show
into-
you some
to Grumbly's
exercise.
ear. Never mind.
You know what's good exercise, guys, is walking and potentially killing spiders. 'Cause
I
I'm
vote.
afraid of what you guys are
Yeah,
talking
but if we
about.
take a minecart down, we can outrun them, and then we can whack them with our swords and stuff as we go by and do extra damage because you know.
Are there brakes that work on the minecart?
Grumbly's just gonna look like he doesn't know what brakes are.
It'd be really bad
He-
minecarts if they didn't have brakes.
We'll put Grumbly in there. He seems sturdy enough to handle what no brakes or not.
We
But
that might
we
not
could tie
happen,
Truly to the
Grumbly.
front. She could stop it with her sass.
I'm more worried about potentially falling into a hole at high speed.
There is also the factor of how big the minecarts are, which is now that you're looking at them, Demay, you realise they would probably hold 2 people at most in a minecart.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us.
Yeah, it's a minecart. It's not a carriage.
I mean,
Grumbly and Truly.
we could always put old man on Grumbly's shoulders.
Nah. No. Nah.
I think that would actually make it
You-
funnier somehow.
I mean, yeah, Adrian had a good point. You know, you seem to get by on sass alone. So, I mean, you seem to have all it takes. To...
I am full of
Elgar
sass.
gets it. All right, so
Well,
then
we're
we shall,
walking
Look
then.
at her as all
she'll go
faith
on
in
foot.
Adrian.
Grumbly's gonna hunch his shoulders and sort of trudge off, walking down the mine tracks, chuntering to himself.
I will follow
Spoil
behind
sports.
Grumbly.
It was a good idea, Grumbly. It was a good idea.
No one's going in the minecart?
Oh, so you're on board with the minecart now that you're not going on Grumbly's shoulders into the minecart. Totally. Yep. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So, off you set into
Pink
the
mushroom?
No.
Right.
Yellow.
Elgar, Elgar, what are you doing so you don't get lost? Because you can't see.
Oh. Okay. Do I not have a torch?
I don't know.
Let's see.
It'll be in your inventory.
Do you want to walk up front with us?
Do you want to grab one from the mine entrance? We could have
wanna
just brought some
grab
fire
onto
down in a
Grumbly's-
mine
I'm gonna
cart.
follow Adrian.
Do you want?
And-
You don't want to grab Grumbly's back door?
Gonna follow Adrian. Maybe hold on to his sleeve or something.
Okay, so you're going into the pitch dark, and not.
I'd bring a torch, old man.
Yes, it does appear to be very dark.
Grumbly's just gonna.
So you guys all have
Okay,
able
there
to
any
see in the dark, but I don't.
Are there any torches on the walls?
Imagine going into
Torch, torch.
a mine and not having dark vision.
Excuse me. My initial plan was to get help to find my missing friends.
Imagine.
This is just me being generous and helping you.
You're crazy, man. There's spiders down here. I'm convinced of it.
I mean, we don't know for
He's gonna whip
sure.
out. He's gonna whip out his torch and light it.
There we go. Whip it out. Whip out his torch. Oh my god.
I whipped out my torch, all right.
It's like pre-lit. Like it
All
just
right.
comes out lit. Like.
So obviously, so the rest of you are kind of on normal vision at that point, then, because you know. Yeah, so you're sort of all moving along within the sort of light of this torch. That sort of
I don't
thing.
know. He's walking a little bit slow behind. Remember, he's an old man.
Are your
Sure.
pants made of flint or something for your torch to just light people without?
have a tinderbox.
You have a special like mushroom that lights,
I bet he
makes
does.
fire.
I heard tinderbox.
Adrian, I have always been on your side. Why now?
I'm just trying to understand.
I believe in your spider powers.
I mean, the other thing that I will point out is that obviously, you know, he can hobble along like an old man if you like, but technically speaking, you have the largest walking speed of the whole party.
I'm a halfling. How is that?
You're a monk. You have a walking speed of 35 feet because your
Oh.
movement speed increases by 10 feet when you hit 5th level.
Okay.
So he's equal with me. Fucking
Well,
zero.
keep in mind as he walks, you know, he's walking slow like an old man. He gets behind a little bit, and then when they're not looking, he catches up a little bit, and then he's walking like an old man without his quarterstaff.
All right. So yeah, you guys follow along through the mine along this kind of trackway. You haven't gone necessarily all that far into sort of these. You know, there are various kind of little alcoves, little offshoots here and there as you go. Occasionally you get into like little bit like sort of wider bits of the mine where they obviously cut through into like a cave, and like at the edges there you get the occasional little stalactite or stalagmite, you know, because it's not been worth them hacking it down, that kind of thing. You push on into the mine. After a couple of minutes of walking, you get to a point where there are 2 tunnels within about sort of 50 feet of you, one of which kind of curves off to the north, and this offshoot of the railway goes up that way. The railway kind of continues off to the east in front of you, and there's also like an unpaved, there's sort of a tunnel with no kind of railroad that leads off to the south.
I say we follow the one that curves north. That's what Doris explained to us. And we follow the line, and there will be a curve to the 2nd level.
Grumbly's just going to follow Adrian because he's still looking at the ground, chuntering to himself that nobody wanted to ride the minecarts with me.
It's okay. Maybe we could ride it back.
That's not how. Okay. I know. I'm sorry. I don't want to dash his dreams. I don't care about your dreams, though.
We've all seen his dreams. Don't need to talk about that.
We've all seen
That's
a
2
lot of
seconds in
them.
my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
That's.
I feel like we should
Don't
continue
matter.
down this
Touch-
direction.
Walk towards the hole in the mine.
Okay, so you're heading to the north?
Yeah, down the curve.
Yeah, I'm following Goliath Lady's directions.
Okay, may I make an intelligence check for me, please?
Oh no.
Intelligence check. Yeah, that's a no-no. That sounded meaner than I meant it to be. I'm sorry.
You're doing great tonight.
I got a 16.
Yeah, Demea would remember that that Dorith's directions were that you should follow the railway line and not go to the northern tunnels.
Oh, the railroad does not go down this tunnel? It doesn't break off?
Right, so the railway goes east into the mine. It curves off to the north into like into the northern tunnels, but Dorith said don't go that way. Carry on down the railroad to the east.
So the north it is, eh?
No, not the north.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Truly, I'll lead the way. It's okay.
Okay, sure. Yep. I'm just staring at Aldous'
like,
face, just
Holding her by the ear, like, no.
Oh no! If you guys want to go explore the northern tunnels, you can go right ahead.
Oh, nope, that's fine. I was just trying to get a rise out of you. For reasons. Like science.
I could make comments, but I am fine.
Very well.
You're too British for that. Yeah.
I guess we could follow Damea. You know, her
Well, did
her
any
navigation
of you guys
skills have never failed us.
That's true.
That's very true.
I really
I'm
enjoyed that
very-
marsh. Yeah, that was a good
very
swamp.
I very confidently let us very correctly in the wrong direction. I don't see what the problem is.
I mean,
Are we sure about this? She's kind of terrifying.
all the more reason to
Are we
follow
sure her
her.
instincts are correct?
You know, the only time I really question or try to stop her is when she's trying to like desecrate a holy area, and that didn't work out great for me. So
She hasn't desecrated any monasteries, has she?
No.
not to my
Not
knowledge. Yeah. So I mean, we only really just got together kind of recently. She's had a lot of anger problems like her whole life, apparently. She's just she's like our little rage machine.
Remind me someday to tell you about the black mushrooms.
Cool, that sounds...
Anyway, it's just gonna look over her shoulder like, what the fuck?
Lead the way, Miss Rage Machine. Lead the way.
It's like, I'm just gonna casually keep a hand on my
Are they
hammer.
larger than
just in
most
case.
mushrooms?
Aqua's
Really?
face. Aqua's face right there.
So,
Her like...
mhm.
What?
We should continue.
Right, so
Battered?
you push on past the junction with the northern tunnels. As you move down further into the mines, after a few minutes, you get to a sort of larger chamber where there's sort of like a junction of like a couple of railway lines. There's another one that curves off into another tunnel to the north. But also, sort of off to the south in this chamber, there are a couple of almost kind of like just little sidings where there are there are several spare mine carts stashed. There are a couple that are part filled up with ore and rocks and stuff, but there are a couple as well that are empty. Yeah, so and the railway line then again pushes on through to the east.
Onward.
Word.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anybody know any like mining songs, you know? Pass the time.
One.
Hi ho.
Here we go. Do you know the mushroom man, the mushroom man, the mushroom
Yes,
man?
it's you.
Do you know the mushroom man who lives at Mushroom Farm? Sing
Oh,
it!
That's...
Do you know the mushroom man, the mushroom man? He's singing this super loud, so you guys are like, ears!
And you just see some like sparking happening from Demea's horns.
Are you horse Tesla coils?
Do you know the mushroom man? Mushroom man, the mushroom man. Do you know the mushroom man who lives at Mushroom Farm?
Oh,
Grumbly's
Oh,
going
I
to
hope
start
a spider
walking
attacks
past.
us.
Grumbly's going to speed up his walking and walk past Elgard so he's not behind in the mushroom cloud.
well, this went exactly as I expected when I suggested a song.
Where's a spider when you need one?
I think a spider would be kind of neat right now, wouldn't it?
We keep
Right?
going down this way. I'm sure we'll find.
Yeah, just
It's
follow the
sweet,
tracks.
Sweet release.
It's like, please let the spider attack us. Please let the spider attack us. Oh my
Do
god.
you know the mushroom man, the mushroom man, the mushroom man? Do you know the mushroom man? He's got a bounce in his step and everything, and weirdly spry for an old man. And
Oh, you guys, wait. She's gonna reach in and she's
You
gonna
know the mushroom man, the mushroom man.
pull out the
Sorry,
little
I'm
bit
just-
of her wool cloak that was given to her at the very beginning of this adventure and pull off 2 pieces and put it in her ears. And she's just gonna smile and keep walking.
Okay.
You love it, lassie. Do you
Truly,
know
you at this
Going.
point have
I don't know why I
advantage on
suddenly went
checks that involve hearing.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Keep going.
mushroom man, the mushroom man.
Right,
Do
so,
you know the mushroom?
You're in the room with a bunch of carts. Tunnel off to the north, tunnel off to the east. Other than singing a jolly song, what are you up to?
And are there tracks that we can still see, or have they ended?
The tracks carry on to the east.
Okay.
And go off to the north again.
I'm gonna go
And-
east.
There are these
East.
other
Oh, I
little
thought we
kind of
were- yeah.
hiding tracks to the south with various little carts in.
Yeah, we're still going. We're following the east one.
Okay, that's fine. So it's at this point as you carry on down the eastern tunnel.
Every time he says it's that fine, I'm like, how did we fuck up?
So the just you carry on down the eastern tunnel. At this point, the tunnel begins to sort of slope very gradually downwards. And every sort of, I don't know, every sort of 30, 40 feet or so, you notice like there's a little stack of little sort of wooden wedge-shaped objects near the side of the track. You carry on through this winding tunnel. It starts to narrow down. In a few places, it's only as wide as the rail tracks themselves. As you turn down, as you carry on down this tunnel, at one point there's a stretch of it branches off to your right. There's another sort of narrow tunnel. Truly, you just walk happily past. The rest of you can hear sort of like a little sort of faint kind of clicking sound from down there.
Can you see down there?
With your dark vision, you can see probably sort of about 30 feet, 40 feet down, but it's a slightly twisty kind of cave tunnel, so it you can't, see like a long way down or anything. You can't see what would be making the sound.
Would anyone in the party recognise this clicking sound?
Does anybody want to stop Truly from walking forward while you guys investigate that, or am I just gonna keep cool? All right, that's fine.
Probably because her ears are plugged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
Yep.
she just kept walking.
Demea's gonna go after Truly and be like, wait.
Elgar, fi-
And she's gonna pull the
Elgar finds
stuff
her
out.
rude.
The man just grabs Shirley, just directs her in the right direction, and just lets her go.
Yeah, she's gonna pull out their stuff. She's like, "Is he done singing?"
For now, we hear a clicking noise.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So she's gonna take it and she's gonna put it back in her backpack so she can get it for if he sings again.
5 minutes later, you hear him humming.
Grumbly making
It's a good song. It's a good song.
I wrote it myself.
What was your favorite part, truly?
The part about mushrooms.
Grumbly.
That'll be yeah. I'm rolling 22.
Not the man?
I've got to find it
You
on my list
are-
of things.
You're not sure exactly what this thing making this clicking noise is, but I mean, it sounds like it probably has too many legs.
Guys, that sounds very spidery.
Regret wishing one would happen.
Your time is up, Adrian. Show us what you got.
Of course.
I-
yeah.
Yeah, Adrian, hop on in there.
You-
Or we could
you
keep
can't
walking. East?
I suggest Adrian leads the way.
We could just keep walking east. Keep walking and not go confront the spider.
What if it follows us?
It's always an option.
I
Yeah.
will go first, so continue east.
Okay, fine. So you continue away from the tunnel. You make your way north. Now it's sort of the railway line has kind of gone east and then kind of turned up towards the north, starting to curve a little bit. This slope downwards is perceptible now. It's not steep by any means, but it's just you notice that you're going slightly downhill. There's a couple places where you come out into kind of wider chambers. They extend sort of like 50 to 100 feet off either side of you. There's a couple of levels to them where people have obviously been kind of hacking away the rock, that sort of thing, sort of wooden trestles and platforms, that sort of thing, that are there. And you, but you quickly sort of exit that sort of level. At this point, you have not seen anyone. As you're making your way through another one of these kind of mining galleries, though, you do notice off to one side there's a place where several bodies have been like stacked up.
Do we
This is
notice?
probably sort of about 50 feet away from you, kind of near one of the sort of mining levels.
By bodies, do you mean like skeletons, or are you talking like fresh kills?
Not well, they're about 50 feet away from you, so it's difficult to tell. They
Okay.
don't look like just a pile of bones.
Okay.
They look like
Do we see any kind of like spider webbing or anything around?
No, nothing like that.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, for them. I mean,
Well, I mean, so
Adrian's famous empathy strikes again.
well, I mean, this is kind of extra concerning because we had the spiders back there, potential spiders, I should say. We just heard the clicking, which kind of made us think that it could be spiders. Spiders don't typically stack up bodies. They you know, cocoon thing them. So that implies there's another fun baddie for us to think about. Now, the path that we're going is being blocked by this potential baddie. So, do we want to try and see if there's anything going on with these corpses? Get a feel for what's going on? See if we can figure out how they died. The fact that they're not eaten is maybe a good thing.
Possibly.
Like, they're not gonna eat us.
Yeah, we could check to see maybe
I mean-
if we can find out how they died.
yeah, we should
Mhm.
check them. Maybe see if they've been nibbled on or anything.
Yeah, I bet
Yeah.
you would like to loot them, too.
Kinda. Maybe they have something useful.
Alright.
They might more mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, that is, high priority.
Do you want me to show you what the mushrooms do? Every single one of them.
You know, let's,
Would you
Yeah,
like to test
I
them
feel
out
like
for
you're
me?
taking too many mushrooms. Like, do you ever have like
I wonder.
reactions that last more than 4 hours? Mushrooms.
I think-
Well, I mean, sometimes that might happen, but
Hmm.
we do have counteractive mushrooms most of the time.
How does he even have a torch in his pack? Like, is there any room with all these variety of mushrooms?
Make a perception check for me, Trudy.
Uh-oh.
On me.
See how many mushrooms you've got in your trousers. I mean,
18.
Yeah, now you look at the torch a little bit closer, you realise it's not what you would normally expect from a torch. It's actually a mushroom. It's just like a sort of longer one, and the end's been set on fire.
She's gonna have a long stare at it, and her mouth is just gonna kind of drop a little bit, but then she's just gonna smile and shake her head like, holy crap. Holy
Let me get this
crap.
I
straight.
told you there are so many uses for
Truly
mushrooms.
is bending
Stop
down
judging.
to inspect Elgar's long mushroom.
Now, how about a
Many uses for those
I
long
mean, it's on
mushrooms.
fire.
I feel like that's something that
mushroom,
should
truly.
definitely not
So
be
evolved,
drawn.
it's on fire. So technically, it's a long
And it's
hot
on fire.
mushroom.
It's a
Yeah.
hot, a long hot mushroom.
It's a roasted mushroom.
It's roasted. Okay.
Grumbly's just going to look at this and just start humming.
I'm just gonna put this here for now. There you
No.
go.
Elgar's so proud of himself. Look at these young folk judging me.
You're like an old guy in the gym right now. Like this. Put a
It
towel
wants to
on.
be like the 1920s bench press form.
So Truly's going to kind of laugh when she realizes that it's a mushroom. But she's gonna like kind of have that open mouth shock and then chuckle to herself, and then she's going to actually moonwalk towards the bodies, to shade the fuck away and go see if she can figure out how they died.
I'm gonna need you to make a performance check.
There we go. Sounds
Oh,
about
you're
right.
so going down.
For attempting to moonwalk in a mine.
At the 14.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the world's best or anything.
Oh no, it's the
Nick.
Nick Miller moonwalk from New Girl.
No.
So yeah, no, it's not good. It's very obvious. Like she's
Yeah.
going backwards
But
towards it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. So,
great dancing skills you got there, truly.
So you arrive at the pile of corpses. Truly, it's immediately obvious when you get within about 10 feet of them that these things have not been like eaten. The bodies are mostly humans. There's one or two in there that might be other races. There's one that's quite stocky and short, so it could be kind of dwarven. But they all look like they have stab or slash wounds that look like weapons.
So from the shadows, you see another moonwalking Truly emerge, and she reports back to what she found.
You moonwalk back?
Yep.
I feel like that's risky with Elgar's hot, long mushroom that you were handling.
She's attracted
Okay.
to my hot long mushroom.
And Elgar's.
And I'm
Admittedly a backdoor
moonwalking back away.
Or could it be like you're backing towards us, moonwalk, and then you're like suddenly thriller forward, like, like nope.
Yeah, that's hissy cat. So she's going to let them know. It's like this actually seems more like this was not maybe done by like a creature of sorts, but maybe Aldous, was I able to determine like how recent these bodies were killed? Like how juicy were they?
Make a medicine check for me.
Okay. Oh, that's a 4.
So
I can determine they're not skeletons, right?
you can tell they're not skeletons, and you
Okay.
can tell this wasn't today. But
Okay.
other than that, you don't really have any idea.
Okay. So I'll
They died.
yeah, they're dead.
Elgar,
Well, I mean, you're definitely sure they're dead.
Yeah. They're dead.
Elgar.
It looks like weapons did it. But it doesn't look like it's an old thing. So this is actually getting a little scarier here because there's definitely like people down here.
And Demae is gonna get this like look on her face. It's like maybe there's more cult members that we need to kill.
Yeah, that's something to smile about for sure. Yeah. No, I get it. No, we'll get you your murder spree again. It'll be good. I hate to interrupt that, you know. So do you guys have any? Do we want to just maybe? You know what we could do? Idea. Idea bomb. What if we go and just blast this mine's entrance and trap all of these bad people in here with the bad spiders?
What if there's information we need?
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh. Aldous.
I feel like even Truly would remember that you literally had a ghost tell you there was something important in this mountain.
Yeah. Also, we're in a mine, and do you want to explode something?
I don't want to die.
I think that's how you would die.
No, if we went to the entrance and exploded the entrance so that everybody else was sealed, not us.
My
But the
perception of how that
ghost
would work
whose
out remains.
tomb I destroyed told us that we have stuff to find here.
I know, it just the giant spiders. It's not a. Okay, you know what? Lead the way.
You weren't that concerned. You were walking backwards for a while, not looking where you were going.
Elgar's gonna now take his lit mushroom and walk up to Truly.
Mushroom is lit.
Don't you
Your
worry.
erected mushroom.
I will protect you.
Truly, you feel the reassuring warmth of Elgar's mushroom wash over you.
I feel so reassured.
Just like wave after wave of reassuring warmth.
And he's smiling, and he's super short compared to her, by the way. And he's
So
just
you're
like,
just like at boob level, or what are we talking about here?
well, what would a halfling to a tiefling is what it would be. So probably boob level. So he's just like, you know, with his.
It's like resting on your head, a boob.
This
sure
is.
we've got a gift.
Don't forget the pink mushroom.
I have a feeling a goat is gonna happen at some point today. Just I feel goatness. Okay.
Please let it
Oh,
be.
what a
me.
strange thing to bring up. Why goats? We're in a mine.
You know, don't worry your pretty little head over it. Okay.
Pretty. Why? Thank you.
At this rate, it's just gonna be the mushroom that gets turned into a goat.
A flaming goat mushroom.
Flaming goat shroom.
Okay, so
Continue.
did it look like it was spiders that were involved in the deaths of these bodies?
No, it really did look like they were like slashed and cut with like weapons. It wasn't like two puncture marks or anything like that. They didn't look like they'd been eaten or webbed at all. They're piled on top of each other, probably just to clear out the space where the baddies are.
What the fuck? I can't play my character anymore.
This is the character you created. You did this to yourself.
Yeah.
Why did I choose Shirley? I shouldn't have chose Shirley.
I forgot that existed.
How did you not realize that 18 weeks ago?
Suddenly, Elgar is none interested in Shirley. Alright.
Session
And
22, 9. Session 22.
Closing out Discord. So it didn't look like what you would imagine a spider kill would be. They were just like, yeah. So I think the path that we're on is not monster spider related, but just horrible people related.
Hmm.
Close it out, Aqua. Close it out. You can't not look at it. You know.
Well, I mean, how do you not notice that? Like, oh, damn.
I know. I'm very impressive. I know. Yeah, yeah. That helps. That helps. Evolved.
Good. You're welcome.
Let's just gonna, put some random stuff in there. Just get that out of sight.
Oh, there we go.
Yes, please.
All right. So
Classic.
Okay, so bodies dead. Okay,
Yeah.
Demea's gonna walk up and see if she can figure out what the heck happened.
Did you not trust her assessment?
Of dead and not spiders? No. Sorry, Shirley.
that's fair.
It's right. Are you just verifying it's not spiders?
I guess she's
Or are you
gonna see
checking
if
out
she
a bit more
can
closely?
find some sort of wolf paraphernalia on these people.
Yeah, make an investigation check for me, please.
Uh, 17.
Yeah, it's immediately obvious to you. A, these bodies were not attacked by a spider, and B, they are dressed far more like the miners that you met than any like previous kind of cultists that you've seen.
Oh, so they're the rest of the missing miners then. That's unfortunate.
Well,
Eldar,
there's-
just by chance,
there's
none
like
of these
5 of
people are
them.
your friends, correct? These bodies? Because I know we're looking for your friends as well. They went missing. They don't happen to be either of these 3, right?
I'm searching too, right, Alidus?
Yeah, no, they're not. You don't know these
Okay.
people.
No. Definitely not.
Are there any tracks leading away from these bodies? Which sort of direction they might go?
You're in a well-trodden part of the mine, so there are the tracks fairly all over the place.
Tell me, Mom. Tell me, Mom.
So, are we going deeper in, or are we going to go fight the spider?
I feel like we should go deeper. Find this room that
Tell me, Mom.
My daughter had a
we were
yellow
sold
mushroom.
by that Doris told us about.
Okay, so you push kind of further down the track line. It goes through like an archway sort of tunnel on the wall of this mining gallery where you found yourself in. You find yourself going around a sort of curved tunnel. You emerge into like a small cave. It's just looks like a small chamber, where obviously again they've kind of hit like a natural cave. You can see the rail track that you've been following follows, curves through this chamber, goes out carries on through into another tunnel just on the other side of this chamber. What you see when you get in there, though, is that this chamber, the tunnel that leads further down has been barricaded from this side. It's had several planks of wood that look like maybe spare bits of wood that are used to either shore up the walls or repair the railway sleepers. Coming kind of propped up against it, and a mining cart full of rocks kind of shoved up on the tracks against them to hold them in place. And there are kind of some of those wooden wedges kind of driven in behind the wheels to stop it from scooting backwards.
That looks promising.
Sure,
That
this
looks
is totally
scary.
normal and fine.
I would expect coming down here, the hobgoblins and goblins were to seal anything off. It wouldn't be, to keep us from going out. It wouldn't be from this side. It's almost like they did this to keep something from getting out.
Well, didn't lady whose name I definitely remember say that they
Doris,
found something?
potentially. She didn't say what.
Boop, 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 boop.
Just that
Boop.
they tried to tell the guild, and then weeks later, the cultists show up, or the monsters, or whatever.
Correct.
Do we want to know what's beyond that?
You
Can,
want to
think
can
we can.
Grumbly can
the
Grumbly
barricade?
figure out how sturdily this barricade is? What kind of strength it would take to knock it down?
Yeah, I mean it's actually fairly obvious for somebody like Grumbly that the barricade, it's been barricaded from this side. So literally all you would have to do is knock the wedges out from behind the wheels of the cart, scoot the cart back, and then the beams will basically just fall over.
Do we want to go in there, guys? I feel we should go in there.
I mean, we've come all this way.
Okay. So Grumbly's going to knock down the barricade.
This is gonna be fun.
Okay. That's fine. It's pretty easy to do. You find yourself going down a slope. It is noticeably steeper than the sort of gentle slope you've been following for a little while. Grumbly, as you kind of knock down the barricade and start down the slope, you notice that just on your right-hand side, driven into the wall, is a pretty sturdy-looking kind of iron bolt with like some ropes kind of looped all through it. Which presumably are sort of helping haul these mining carts up the incline, that kind of thing. You make your way down. The slope is fairly steep, but it's fairly short, and you find yourself on the lower level of the mines. The railway line kind of immediately takes a sort of sharp curve off to your left, and you find yourself moving down a narrow section of corridor. Where you go around another curve, and at that point the walls on either side kind of widen out into a bigger chamber, and there's a couple of things that you notice. First of all, there appears to be like a big pile of kind of wooden beams and stuff like the ones you saw used to make the barricade over in the far right-hand corner. The railway kind of continues off and exits out of the chamber in the far left-hand corner. In front of you, on the railway line, you notice a couple of kind of strange, sort of lumpy shapes in the chamber. And you notice in front of you what look like the remains of half a hobgoblin.
Of half?
Half
But
of
there is something slightly strange about the remains. Even in dark vision, you can't quite put your finger on it though from where you are looking at it with your dark vision.
Which
Weirder
half?
than the fact that there's half of it?
I say there's about half of it. It's not like it's been cut in half. It's more that what's left of it would add up to about half of it.
Upper, lower,
So
side to
we're
side?
just talking about a pile of bits of
Bits and pieces.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
Lovely.
gross.
Hobgoblin scraps. But there's something funny about the remains. But with your dark vision, you can't quite put your finger on it.
Grumbly's just going to reach back a little bit, grab Elgar, and kind of push him towards the corpse pile.
Elgar.
Like a giant, just use him as a giant torch to look at the like.
So,
Yeah, okay.
right. Elgar, you look down at this body. You're all sort of gathered up at the front of this chamber, which is probably about 50 feet wide or so. You look down at this body, and as the light from Elgar's burning mushrooms washes over this pile of bodies, you realise that this hobgoblin has been torn apart by something. But weirdly enough, bits of it are kind of bloody and bitten through, but bits of it are grey and crumbled and stone-like.
Oh, cool.
And it's as you take note of this that you hear something shift on the other side of the chamber from behind the pile of logs. I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Oh boy.
14 for Truly.
Did you say 18, Julie?
14.
14.
Rolling
17.
initiative?
You are.
12.
8.
So,
I've got
Adrian,
1.
12. Elgar, 8. You know you add your dex to that, Grumbly, right?
Do I? Oh,
Yeah.
And then a whole wonderful 3 then.
Okay. Grumbly, a
Not that
3.
it makes any difference at all.
Demir, what did you say you got?
17.
17. And Truly was it 14, did you say?
Yeah.
Like on the rolls already.
Okay, so, right. Demir, you're at the top of the round.
So we
At
don't
this
know.
moment, you don't know what it is. You've just heard some noise from over by the wood pile.
So I can't see it yet, right?
No.
Oh, this is
We can't see a whole
annoying.
lot. There's no lights or anything. There's no torches or anything down here. It's just our dark vision and Elgar's torch, right?
Yes.
So I guess I have to be able to see something to cast something at it.
Yes, you have to be able to see it. in
Hasn't
order to
stopped you from
cast things.
You could always burn some wood and light the room up. Sparkles.
You could always do
Uh.
that the whole gusty thing to make us all fly against the wall. That went great
Gust
that
of
first
wind.
time. Yeah, there we go.
It was great. It was great.
As things stand from where you are, the chamber is about 50 feet wide, which means Elgar with his torch can just see the edge of this wood pile.
Okay.
The rest of you can make out the far wall of the chamber and the rest of this wood pile, but it's dim and grey because that's where your dark vision kind of kicks in over length.
Do you have anything that could light up the room?
That's what I'm looking for, but I don't think so. Oh, wait. Light. 24 radius. Can I light something and then toss it into the corner?
I mean,
You
most
could toss
things-
Elgar.
Can we light Grumbly on fire? I mean, sorry, let me rephrase that.
And then toss me in the corner.
Can truly light Grumbly on fire? And
I mean,
in
the
term-
answer
in
is
terms-
always
Not again.
yes.
yes.
In terms of range, Demir, you could probably chuck something about 30 feet. So, like, you could light a torch and chuck it, and it would probably, illuminate the other side of the chamber.
Yeah, because I have this light cantrip that I'm like, I could, light something and then toss it.
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. You can light anything you like at that point. You can put light on a coin if you want and throw the coin,
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll light my coin and toss it in the corner.
Witcher.
Toss a coin to your mystery monster.
That's upsetting that this
So,
freaking
yeah.
creature's getting paid. We're not.
So you chuck the coin over. What you basically reveal, you still can't see whatever it is that's making the sound. It's shifting along behind like a wood pile that's roughly kind of 10-12 foot wide and about sort of 7 foot high, and sort of stacked up lattice work of beams and railroad sleepers. So you can see something shifting behind it, but you can't make it out at the moment.
What if we
But that
lit...
would probably be your turn. Cantrip on the coin, action to throw the coin.
Yeah, because, yeah. I don't think any of my reactions would help in this moment.
Okay.
What if
Trudy,
we lit
you're up.
the wood pile on fire? That
can help.
seems.
Yes.
I wonder if someone could, cast some fire at it.
You have fiery mushroom.
You know
Don't-
what? My fire has never gone badly for us before. I'm gonna go ahead and do firebolt at the log pile.
I'm gonna die.
Okay. That's fine. Go ahead and
No,
roll to hit.
no! Oh, this is gonna be so bad. His face tells me it's a bad idea. that's a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay, so you smack the firebolt into the wood pile. The sort of middle and up to the top of it sort of starts to blaze away in a sort of area about probably not quite a foot across, and maybe the flames are probably sort of about a foot, 2 foot high at the moment.
You know, that thing is gonna come out any second now. So I'm and we can see better. So that's also a benefit. I'm gonna just stay where I'm at. I'm just gonna kind of rub my legs like, hey, at least I actually hit the thing I was aiming for this time.
You did good, Julie. You did good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Adrian, you're up.
I'm going to see Tori. So she lit the wood pile on fire, but still did not attack, or it didn't move or anything.
No.
Okay. I'm just gonna take my crossbow and fire at the just above the flames of the wood pile.
Okay.
That's stir something up.
Sure. Go ahead and roll the hit. Let's see how close you get.
Well, that could have gone better. 5? Yeah, 5.
You aim for just above the wood pile, but your aim is slightly off. The kind of, you've gone from dark vision to normal vision. Maybe it's sort of slightly still fading. So the crossbow bolt whistles out, thunks into the wood pile, and catches on fire.
It looked like it needed more kindling.
More fire. Good.
Yep.
This
I help.
yeah, me too. So, imagine. We're all just sitting here like, do something.
I'm gonna walk forward to see if I can see more.
Okay. How far forward are you going to walk?
5 or 6 feet.
Okay. About sort of. So you're now sort of about 30 feet or so from the wood pile. You can still see the sort of shifting, well, it's harder to now see behind it because the light of the fire is kind of between you and whatever is on the other side of it. So it's become a little bit more difficult. You can't quite make anything out.
You guys, are we sure that this thing is... wouldn't you think if it were like big scary monster, it would have launched itself at us?
Would think so, yeah.
So it's at this point
fire scary
that you hear a very deep, grating sort of growl from behind this wood pile, as whatever it is behind there gets quite irritated. And you sort of start to hear this sort of plodding tread, and from behind the wood pile steps a sort of lizard-like creature. It's about sort of 4.5, 5 foot high at the shoulder. It's got a sort of bull neck. It's got quite a sort of substantial large head. It's got spikes, at various instances protruding out of its back. The whole texture of its body looks remarkably like sort of dark grey stone, and the spikes sticking out of it look almost more like outcrops of rock rather than stone. It sort of stamps out and it comes across the chamber towards you, Adrian, and as it does so, it is sort of kind of snuffling along on the floor almost, and then it looks up. And weirdly, like everything about this creature is kind of dull and grey, but its eyes are a sort of slightly softly blue glowing colour as it looks at you. And you all feel a sort of slight wave of something hit you as this thing looks at you, and you all suddenly feel like your movements are somehow like you're moving through treacle almost. You're finding it a little bit harder to move. So, Elgar, as this creature is now about halfway across the chamber, it is your turn. Its eyes are looking directly at you, and I'm going to need you to make a Constitution save for me.
Oh
please.
no.
It's like a Medusa. Oh my.
It's battle.
Where's Constitution on here? Oh, there it is.
With what when we're able to see it,
Mhm.
from Truly's reading all the books, would she know what this is?
Make either a nature check or an arcana check for me, whichever Truly's best at.
Fuck me. That's a 7.
Truly would not know exactly what this is, but Truly would have heard of monsters that can do nasty things for you if you look into their eyes.
Can she call that out or wait her turn?
I think we'd have to say wait your turn,
Okay.
because you're not kind of to the top of the round yet.
Oh, boy.
But well, no, I mean you can call it out. So, Elgar, what did you get?
19.
Right, that's fine. You sort of feel this kind of wave of something jolt at you as it locks eyes with you, but you kind of shake it off and you're able to keep moving. So you can go about your turn as normal.
Can I like essentially know that it was the eyes to not look into?
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Truly's also
So I'm
just
gonna
gonna
be-
yell out and just say, "Don't look at his eyes."
Don't look at the eyes! Don't look at the eyes! Yeah, so both of us are...
Feet.
Okay. So in that case, he's going to avoid gazing at him. And clearly this is a hostile creature, so... Is he within melee range, or do I range?
Oh, you'd have to move up to him, but you know
Okay.
he's easily within your movement.
Okay, then I will move up to him and use my quarterstaff on him.
Okay, that's fine. You can move up. Go ahead and roll to hit.
That is a 9 total.
That is not going to hit. You thwack forward with your quarterstaff, but you just kind of
Probably-
hit the rocky plates on its back, and it just kind of jams there. You haven't really hit it at all.
Probably because he's not really looking at him. He's kind of doing it blinded. Okay.
So what we'll do, Nine, is we'll say that obviously this turn Elgar was a little bit, surprised. He did lock eyes with it. He did make the save. So you can do any attacks as normal. If you guys want to take attacks normally, you will have to look at the creature, and at that point you will have to make a save. But if you choose to look away from the creature, then you basically can't see it. So any attacks are then made at disadvantage, and any attacks made against you will have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And okay, so that concludes my turn, I believe.
Yeah, you've had a thwack at it and missed. That's fine. I will remind you that you get 2 attacks per action,
Oh, okay.
because I'm nice.
All right. So he's like swinging at it like a pinata. you know,
Okay.
blinded by.
All right.
So you'll again take another shot with this quarterstaff. And oh, man, that is a 12.
That is also not going to hit.
Okay. So he's basically.
So you kind of hit it once, it kind of gets locked up on one of its big sort of plates on its back. Kind of goes in to hit it again. You know, hits on the shoulder this time, but its skin's really solid and it just doesn't seem to do anything.
He's yeah. Okay.
Grumbly, it's your turn.
How far away is Grumbly?
Probably about 20 feet or so from it at this point, because it moved across the chamber quite rapidly. What I need to know from you, Grumbly, before you do anything is, are you looking at it or are you going to avert your eyes this round?
Grumbly's thinking about he's getting his shield out and kind of walking up to it. He knows roughly where he's walking because he's got his shield up.
So he's
kind of walking and
this
trying
without
to
looking.
sort of get its gaze on Grumbly on his shield by sort of taunting it, rather than have it look at his friends.
Okay, that's fine. So he's going to go up to it. That's not a problem.
Is he gonna stab it too?
That's
Well,
a
Grumbly's just going to sort of do a shield taunt
can-
on it, kind
you
of
can-
slam his shield into it.
Okay, that's fine. I mean,
and
make a
sort of
performance
taunt it
check. Let's see how how good you are at catching its attention. I mean, anyone who looks at it will still to make a save. It's not like it has to kind of direct it like a beam.
Not good. That's a 5.
So you kind of walk towards it, kind of clanging, your axe off your shield, but it seems at least as interested in the person who tried to hit it with a stick as it is you. Are you going right up to it and getting into melee range?
Yeah, I'm getting well into range yet.
So you're right close to it. That's fine. All right, we are back to the top of the round then. Demea, it's your go.
All right then. Demea's gonna kind of use her shield to like. Wait, there's no light, is there? Fudge.
Yeah, there is. You threw a
There's a
coin with
light,
light
yeah.
on it.
Oh,
over
right.
the
And the
chamber.
wood file.
Right. Because it's gonna be like
Wood
she's
file's
gonna
fire.
like use her shiny shield to like
My
try to
crossbow arrow.
gauge where the thing is, as she does guiding bolt very shockingly.
Okay. So if you're averting your eyes, you will still have to do at disadvantage.
Even when I'm looking with my shield.
If you're looking with your shield, then you're gonna still have to. Your shield is not shiny enough in this light to get a proper bead on it, so you're still gonna go at disadvantage. Because as well, you have to think as well. What you're trying to do is you're trying to look at it in a shield and cast the spell backwards over your shoulder, which is still very difficult to do. So that's still disadvantage.
Fine. Oh no. Oh man. I got a 4. Well, wait, technically a 10, but
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, you send this big, sparkling, shiny bolt across the chamber, and it whistles in between Grumbly and Elgar and kind of over the creature's head and smacks into the far wall.
Oh. Watch where you're aiming that.
sorry.
Okay, is that you done, Demir?
Do I have? I don't think I have any good reactions I can use. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, it's Truly's turn.
Truly is a chair.
It truly is a chair. I mean, not as good as the Aqua Chair 3000, of course.
Oh, yeah. The Aqua Chair 3000 is very good.
Quite literally, right now, truly is
Penny's
a chair
is a
in that
very-
mine.
Yeah, Truly's is very velour, you know?
So, the trouble is, we don't know how long she's going to be. We'll give it a minute or two.
Yeah, give it
Hmm.
Do
Send it
you
back.
know the mushroom man? The
I
mushroom.
have an idea, but
I'm sorry, guys. She had another poop.
yay.
Come on. She saves her poop for when, you know, I'm in here. So, Aldous, does looking at the creature imply just looking at any body part of it? Is
Basically, if you're looking towards it, then you will at some point catch its gaze, and therefore you need to make the save.
okay.
If you choose to avert your eyes from it, you can still attack it,
At
but you do
disadvantage.
so at disadvantage, as if you were blinded, effectively.
Let's go for Dissonant Whispers, if that's... Yeah, Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. So, when it comes to a spell like that,
Eye contact is kind of important.
yeah, because it's not a roll to hit.
Let's
spell.
do it. This is fine.
Hang on. Yeah, so that's fine. Right, okay, fine. So you can do that. Make a con save for me, please.
Yep.
As you cast this spell.
11.
Okay, so you look over towards the creature. You cast your spell. As you do, though, you catch its eye. You feel like something kind of slow start creeping, like your fingers become harder to move, and your arm kind of feels like you can't lower it, and your legs feel kind of heavy. You count as restrained at this point.
No, this is fine, guys. This is fine. I know what I'm
Not
doing. That's a wisdom saving throw for Dissonant Whispers.
Wisdom save for the creature. It's gonna fail.
Okay. 12.
Okay, so it takes 12 damage, and it has to immediately turn around and run away from you, which it does. So it heads kind of over towards the wood pile, leaving the melee range of Elgar and Grubbly.
Mm.
Okay.
He said, in no way hinting at anything.
No. So
Oh no, that attack of opportunity? Is that what that is?
Hmm?
Sorry, I forgot about that. Hint, 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 DM. Hint, hint, hint.
By the way, Truly, I'm gonna need you to roll a d20,
Yes.
Yep.
Sir.
Yep.
which I think you're on about 5 at this point.
Probably.
Yes.
No, 3 definites.
3. So are we doing one? The first one should be
No.
the regular batch?
Like this is the regular one, and I think you're on a rating of about 4 or 5 at this point. We'll set it off. I'm gonna say 4.
Okay, so for the regular batch, it's 18.
Okay, so you don't have a regular wild magic surge,
Now,
but
are we doing all 3 of the others?
I don't see why not.
Let's do it.
We know when I should do this attack.
We might as well see if we can get a stone goat statue as well as.
can we?
Don't go.
Oh,
Stranger things have happened.
So
No.
this one, Aldous, is the one that you came up with as a replacement because we didn't like this one. Okay?
Okay.
Just as a reminder.
I don't remember what we changed it to. In all honesty, it was like
Falling in
3 months
love. You get to choose who we
I don't
fall in love
remember.
with.
Oh, of course.
Oh no.
Right. So, let's see who's going to be overwhelmed with love.
Lol.
Oh, no, not Elgar.
And with who? Yeah.
I'm so terrified right now.
Here we go, demands me and you, baby.
Let's say me.
That's a.
Okay, and
Oh, fun. Okay.
Okay. Oh, this.
okay.
I have no idea what's going on.
Oh no.
I do.
So,
She knows which one I just read.
right. So, at this point, gotta change that. There we go. That's the one I want. At this point, a few things happen. A number of kind of bolts of energy zip out from Truly and strike the lot of you. You feel kind of a sudden overwhelming urge to speak and shout, but you're not quite sure what. A particularly intense violet bolt of energy streaks out and strikes Demea right between the eyes, and your vision is overwhelmed for a moment, Demea, and as you clear and shake the purple spots out of your eyes, the first thing you see is a handsome fellow, a long flowing beard, shining coat of mithril plate, boldly brandishing a shield as he stalks the foul beast.
Yes.
What a guy, protecting you from
Yes.
the fell dangers.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Oh.
Yes. This is gonna be so fun for me to watch. You're gonna see Truly kind of like her arm is just kind of like hanging there a little, like one arm is just kind of like hanging there. She's standing there. She's like. I apologize for nothing. Here we go.
You never do.
Moo.
Okay, so we at that point move swiftly on to Adrian's turn.
I could use divine sense to locate exactly where this.
But, well,
looking
wait.
at it, correct?
Oh wait,
Wait,
no, she gets an attack of opportunity.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Elgar
yeah.
does.
Yes, go ahead and make your attack of opportunity, Elgar.
Is it just a regular attack?
It's just a regular attack. You get 1.
With my quarterstaff. Okay. It's 22.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Eight total.
Okay, you get a pretty solid thwack on this thing as it moves out of range. Okay, so Elgar's taken an attack of opportunity as it leaves his melee range. Grumbly, would you like to do the same and strike a dramatic pose to catch attention of people who might be nearby and looking at you?
Of course, always. So
Okay.
what am I doing?
Roll to hit.
Here we go.
I believe in you.
I don't, because the dice were really good up until this point. So that's 10.
That's not going to hit.
No, it is not.
Did you add your attack modifier and everything onto that?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Right, fine. So Elgar kind of thwacks it, and it kind of swerves away from his hit, and that kind of puts Grumbly off his aim, and it kind of swerves out of the way and scurries across the chamber. And at that point, yeah, now we are on Adrian's turn.
Divine sense. I could locate exactly what the creature is without looking at it, correct?
Let's just double check.
As an action, you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. You can sense
Oh,
anything
I
affected
see.
by the Hallow spell. No location of any celestial fiend and undead within 60 feet.
Right. So,
Oh, that is not behind total. That's not.
yeah. So it's not. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you can't cast it necessarily, but I will say that it's not a celestial fiend or undead.
Oh, okay. Well,
So celestial is like an angel, fiend
angel,
is like a
yeah.
demon, and undead is
damn it.
shambly skeleton things.
Okay. Then we're going to. I'm gonna go in for a melee strike with my longsword.
Okay, yeah, you could probably just about catch it up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. Ugh. Oh wait, that's a 14.
That does not quite hit.
Damn it.
Clang down. You think you got a pretty solid hit, but you just sort of, as it is moving, you kind of just catch one of the plates on its back, and your sword pings off.
That's okay, Adrian. You'll do it next time.
Thank you. Moo.
Ew, why do you say it like that? Have you tried not sounding so gross when you moo? Bah.
Call him gross, truly. Quack.
I'm gonna take another shot.
The mayor, I may not have been clear. It's it's the dwarf that you're currently admiring.
Oh.
I mean, if you want to admire Adrian too, I'm not going to stop you. But
Something has developed in the last 5 minutes that we just
She's
don't
very
know.
horny.
Yeah. So, Adrian, don't forget again.
Yep.
Sorry, I just I heard hair and I thought Adrian.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'll take another shot.
That's why I was specifying the shield.
Oh, I thought he had a shield too.
No,
Jeez.
Adrian doesn't have one.
Oh.
No. I'll take another shot at it. Same thing,
Okay.
longsword. That's a 21, dirty.
That will hit.
Yes. Okay. The D8.
Now remember, you have to hit it with the pointy side, the sharp ends.
10.
Like, okay, so
Okay.
It's a 10.
squeak squeak.
That is a 10.
That's fine. And Adrian, as you were looking at it this turn, you would need to make your con save.
Yes. $17.
That's fine. You're all right.
Nice. And that will be it for me.
Okay. Right. Okay. At this point, then, it is going to. It's going to turn around, and as you're the one next to it, it's going to try to bite you. So let's have a look. That's an 18.
Try not to let it kill you, okay? Because, I mean, I know that sometimes you have trouble with that. Roar.
It turns around and it takes a big chomp at you, Adrian. You are going to take 12 points of piercing damage. And a further 6 points of poison damage.
It's 18.
Yeah.
That hurts. That hurt. That hurt.
That hurt.
And now we go to Elgar.
Clearly
Elgar's turn.
didn't listen to my advice.
So,
All right.
Elgar, I need to ask you at the top of the round. Are you looking at it or in order to act normally, or are you averting your eyes?
I'm the top of the round?
Well, no, you were at your thing, but I have to ask you. Every time you start your turn, you need to specify whether you're looking at it or not.
As far as I know, it's turned away from me at the moment, isn't it?
Nope, because it turned around to chomp Adrian.
Oh, okay. I'm going to not look at it. So at disadvantage then?
Yes, everything you do will be at disadvantage.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna hit it with my quarterstaff
Okay.
again.
That's fine. So you make your way over to it. You can make your regular 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Okay. That is 15 with disadvantage.
That will hit.
Okay. 1d6. 7.
Okay.
Am I allowed to attack again?
Well, you get 2 attacks per turn, yeah.
Alright. I'm going to do the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Disadvantage again, I assume?
Oh, yes.
19 is the disadvantage roll.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a 20 and a 19.
Can I have
okay.
your dice?
Damn.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll
me
hit.
too.
Okay. And then that is 6 damage.
Okay.
He was so furious that he missed last time that he was like, I'm hitting this time.
Grumbly, it's your turn. What are you up to?
Do it, Grumbly. Move.
Crumbly's going to obviously see this thing attacking Adrian and kind of, whilst looking at Adrian, shield up between me and the creature, sort of dive over to try and put myself between it and Adrian.
Okay. So you're going to go and try and...
Can I do it with like and try and, while I'm there, do it so I'm sort of taunting it with the shield again?
Perhaps maybe you should try hitting it. Truly yells out. And then
Lay off him. He's doing good.
and she's gonna go, ugh, in some sort of
Ah.
Excuse me, Mayor.
I mean, again, you can do that if you want. It's not an ability you have. So I'd have to ask for like a performance check, essentially, to see how good you are at getting its attention.
I can do that again. Or can I take a swing at it as I'm going?
You can attack it. Yeah, of course you can. You get 2 attacks per round.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go and give it a whack. So that's 2 attacks at both at disadvantage.
Correct.
Yes.
So roll to hit twice. Disadvantage. Got it. That's 12.
That is not going to hit.
Okay.
And the second one?
No,
No sweet balls?
no Pete, Mom.
No sweet balls?
No Pete, Mom. No Pete.
I'm not asking you to go potty. I'm asking, do you want sweet balls?
No Pete,
I
Mom.
don't understand what that means.
That's
Pete.
12 again.
Mom.
That is not going to hit.
What?
So you're sort of
Damn.
My
trying
days
to
are very.
squeeze between it and Adrian, and that means you're kind of like trying to focus on about three things at once. So you're sort of swinging your axe over it, but also trying to get between it and Adrian, and that just puts you off, and it
Yeah.
may
Big
not even hit.
time. The dice.
Right, Demea, we're with you. What are you gonna do?
We're not leaving?
Oh, there are many things I want to do.
Truly,
Yeah,
slowly turning to stone.
Yeah.
The thing is biting Adrian.
I know. I was going through my spell list. I'm like, please tell me I have like cure disease or something, but apparently I don't.
I don't know what you
I
guys are
mean-
talking about. This is fine. This is exactly what we wanted to happen here. We're totally in control.
I'm gonna.
The only thing that you have that I mean, I don't know what you were planning on doing. So it's obviously up to you. But the only thing you might want to think about. So is on one of the scrolls in your inventory that you got. Which you don't have to use, but there's a couple there. So one of the spells you've got has the spell Bless on it, and one of the spells you've got has Guidance on it.
Man, can people stop getting hurt and turning to stone so I can just blow things up?
I'm fine.
I mean,
This is
I mean,
fine. I don't know what you're talking about. I am okay.
It didn't instantly die.
No.
The frustration.
and I mean,
rises.
So up to you what you want to do. But I'm just pointing out that those are there.
Is one of those spells one that would stop Truly from turning to stone?
Right. So, no.
Oh, okay.
What
need to
Bless
blind
does is
this
it
thing.
allows the target of the spell to roll a d4 and add it to a saving throw or attack roll. I mean, I'm not suggesting you have to, but it's like, if you know someone who might have to make a saving throw soon, I mean,
I think I'll do the blessed thingy on poor Truly, who's potentially turning to stone.
I'm fine. This is fine.
that seems like an overreaction. I mean,
I just for whatever reason can't find the specific scroll in my inventory, but I will use that one.
Look in your inventory under spell scrolls, because you group them all up together. So what you need to do is reduce the quantity down from 3 to 2, and to go into the customize bit and take the word bless out.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So that's your action.
Perfect.
All right. So, yep, truly, you've been blessed. So the next saving throw you make or attack you make you can add a d4 to it.
Thank you. It might have been better if you had done this sooner, though. Thanks. Nay.
Or I could have just not at all.
So. I'm sorry, Aqua. That's not me. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. But truly doesn't.
Demea, by the way,
Why did you make that animal sound? Oink, oink, oink.
I'm assuming you weren't looking at it that turn because you didn't have to. Truly, it's your turn.
Um,
And I'm going to need you to make a con save for me. As the creeping paralysis kind of grinds its way up your arm.
Fine.
Now, did you see the DM I sent you, Penny, by the way?
I did.
Okay.
15.
Yeah.
Is 15 enough?
It is. You kind of grit your teeth and kind of focus down and tap into like a little bit of the wild magic energy that you have, and kind of the stony feeling that was creeping over your limbs passes.
Oh, this is neat. Okay. I'll save that for later. I forgot I had that.
Out of interest, that 15 you rolled, did you use the D4 from Bless, or have you still got that for?
I still got that. That was just my own, because I have a pretty good con save bonus there, or modifier. Not bragging, it's just the truth. I'm the actual worst, I know, okay?
My constitution is like so amazing, you guys. Oh my God.
Did she eat a white mushroom?
Listen, Elgar, your mushrooms terrify me. Meow.
You terrify me, young lady.
Good. Oink.
That's fair, but have you tried being braver, Elgar?
Truly?
Ah.
So she's going to have a little burst of confidence because she was like feeling the stone, you know, creeping up on her, and she was able to hone in the wild magic and stop it, maybe even just temporarily. So she's going to go ahead and try Mind Spike against this thing, because why not?
Okay.
Yeah, this will be good. It is fine. It is fine. Okay, that is a wisdom saving throw for the creature with 16 of 16.
That's a fail.
Alrighty, so. Yep.
This is fine.
$23.
Totally fine.
Alright. How do you want to do this?
So she's going to just kind of oh, God. We should all have that filter on right now. So she's going to kind of defiantly like stare it in the eyes really intensely, and you're going to kind of just see like the whole body, like first the head is going to start shaking, and then the whole body starts shaking, and then the eyes just roll back into his head, turn to stone, and he falls over.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to need you to roll the d20 for me.
Ah, fuck. Alright. 10.
Okay, no wild magic. We're up to 6 now, we'll set it off. So...
It's gonna
right,
happen
so...
at the worst time. I know it.
The basilisk falls over dead. The pile of wood blazes merrily in the corner. From where you are, Grumbly, Adrian, and Elgar, you can now see a sort of large, like a hole, kind of near the base of the wall. It looks like something's kind of tunneled through there. Something about the size of this basilisk that's lying there. So it has fallen over dead. Now at that point, we're around about the time where we normally finish. So do we need to call it there?
Me hungry.
Yeah, I think I need to feed the faces again. But Oh, because everything's fine. That's why.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
Everything's
just
so
fine.
good. So good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that's so can I just take a second, please? I know that she's obnoxious right now, but I am going to just thank whatever dice gods allowed me to have the killing blow and actually be effective during this fight. So happy, you have no idea.
It wasn't
not
a
a
1 or a
first.
2 all. No,
was-
it is a first.
Yeah, normally like maybe I'll get one decent
High of
hit.
4.
Yeah, like, but this is next level.
I want to know how much you've paid off Aladus for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and Demea's like, I didn't get the kill. What?
I know. Demea's just
There's
like,
plenty of opportunity. For
I know. Poor Demea had to
Demea
heal
never hit
everybody.
it.
Yeah.
No.
No, I never hit it.
You had to
I
buff
had to
me
keep
out
it
Nobody
instead.
alive.
did.
That must have
Nobody
sucked.
did.
No, Elgar hit it a couple
I
times.
hit it.
Yeah.
I did.
Once.
I mean, are the hits really? I mean,
It's
I
okay,
took- I
Grumbly.
only got
You'll
2
get
shots
it
at it.
next time.
Grumbly
Ow.
and Demea just,
I'll
just
get it all right.
wandered about, staring lovingly at each other through the whole of that fight, basically.
Yeah, lovingly.
I'm feeding him bacon.
I'd accept your bacon.
And he just doesn't know what's happening. He's just like, this is nice that we're smiling so much at each other.
Yeah.
I like to smile.
I just heard bacon sort of swoon.
Yeah.
So Maya's still in love with Grumbly though.
Oh yeah,
In
I-
theory,
I think.
Okay.
It lasts like.
I think it lasts. I'm trying to
Until-
remember. It lasts till the next long rest.
I
Right.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So for a while.
Because even after I killed the zombie, Grumbly was still
Oh,
you know, loving it as we were battling everything else.
That's true.
Good
Uh,
times. Good
I'm
times.
sorry that I headbutted your love and then slashed her in half.
Mhm.
The poor star-crossed lovers.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And before we send this raid through, I'd like to first of all thank this team for being so utterly patient with me. We started way later. We've had a lot of gaps in between sessions, and I'm very happy to be back with these talented, awesome humans. Thank you guys for being here, and we're still very, very much encouraging the art submissions. If you
Yes.
create the art, I'm going to fix it so that way the art will actually show next stream. So if you have any art, please, we love seeing it. It makes us happy. And please stick around for the raid and show some love. And we will either see you. You know what? I'm just not gonna finish that sentence. We'll see you when we see you. I don't. Yeah, my brain can't handle dates yet. But I know I will see you on Monday for Monday's Threm. And real quick, gonna do shout outs for all the streamers that have joined me, starting with Aqua and 9. Sorry, I'm just 9. Evolved. They're all streamers except for Aldous, but Aldous is amazing and he's gonna sing for us. Eventually. He sings. He's beautiful. He's
He
smart.
sings.
He's sassy.
Yes, yes.
There we go. I think I got them all. Woohoo! Did it before the raid went through. Go follow them if you haven't already. So yeah, thank you, and we hope to see you next time. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.